Good morning. Welcome, commissioners, CDE staff, and members of the public watching remotely. I'm Manuel Rustin, the 2021 chair of the Instructional Quality Commission, and I hereby call this meeting to order. With the COVID-19 pandemic, we are continuing to hold these important meetings virtually. The IQC meeting logistics will follow AB 361, Chapter 165, Statutes of 2021, which allows state bodies that fall under the Bagley-Keene Open Meeting Act to hold public meetings that are covered by Bagley-Keene with web conferencing and audio conferencing. Therefore, today's IQC meeting is a video conference meeting with a live webcast. Public comment on items on today's agenda may be provided during the meeting by dialing 667-770-1247 and then following a prompt to provide a participant access code. Callers will then be added to a queue. The operator will notify callers when it is their turn to provide public comments. If possible, we recommend members of the public dialing in for public comment to continue to view the live stream of the meeting for a better understanding of the meeting's status. When it is your turn, please mute the live cast audio. When giving public comment, please state the following. First, your first and last name. Second, your organization affiliation, if any. And third, your public comment. Again, the phone number is 667-770-1247. The access code is 590-6620. The phone number and access code will also be announced at the start of public comment for each item. This is also outlined in the January 19th through January 20th, 2022 IQC meeting agenda posted on the IQC webpage. Now I'd like to introduce our new Speaker of the House appointed Commissioner, Sharice Guerra, and State Board of Education appointed commissioners to the IQC, Neil McGaffey, Nikki Reyna Guerra, and Marcy Winnower. They received the oath of administration yesterday, and at this moment, I'd like to pause and see if any of the new commissioners would like to say a few words. I see Commissioner Winnower.
Commissioner Winnower, you're on mute.
My apologies. Thank you, Commissioner Rustin. Good morning. I want to thank the State Board of Education for this appointment to the Instructional Quality Commission. Through my work supporting teachers, I frequently refer to the California curriculum frameworks that provide guidance for best instructional practices that support all of our students. I participated on the Northern California Task Force that provided recommendations for focus areas as preparations were being made for the 2021 revision to the mathematics framework, and have closely followed the progression of the revision. I look forward to learning from my IQC colleagues and contributing to the continuing curriculum and instructional work that is guiding California public education through the 21st century. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. Commissioner Reyna Guerra.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to say that I'm grateful for the warm welcome yesterday and for the words of wisdom that you all shared to help us navigate this new appointment. And it occurred to me that you modeled classroom strategies that help students feel a sense of belonging, and it clearly helps adult learners as well. And so I look forward to the opportunity to learn from everyone here, and I hope that my contributions help students feel that same sense of belonging. And I am honored to be included in this work.
Thank you, and we are honored to have you. Commissioner Guerra.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to share that I'm honored that I was appointed by Speaker Rendon, and I'm pleased to be on this commission, and I'm looking forward to working with my colleagues. Just looking at everybody in the room, I am so excited about the experience and number of years in education, and I really look forward to collaborating and working with this group as a team. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Commissioner McGaffey.
Thank you very much. Just wanted to echo what my fellow commissioners have said. I'm very honored to be on this, to be a part of this group. I know it's going to be a great learning experience over the next 4 years, and a lot of great things are going to happen, and I'm very excited about it, and hope I can contribute to that, making things better and just doing what's best for our students. It's all about our students. So thank you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you all. And now I will introduce each commissioner participating in today's meeting. And when I call your name, please unmute your microphone and confirm your attendance. Then mute your microphone again. Commissioner Christina Andre.
Present.
Commissioner Mariana Astorga Almanza.
Present.
Commissioner Deborah Costa Hernandez.
Present.
Commissioner Anita Friedman.
Present.
Commissioner Lindsay Gotanda.
Present.
Commissioner Sharice Guerra.
Present.
Commissioner Lily Jarvis.
Present.
Commissioner Neil McGaffey.
Present.
Commissioner David Pontai.
Present.
Commissioner Danae Popovich.
Present.
Commissioner Nikki Reyna Guerra.
Present.
Commissioner Pam Williamson.
Present.
Commissioner Marcy Winnower.
Present.
Commissioner Kimberly Young.
Present.
Student Commissioner Juliana Garcia.
Present.
Assemblymember James Ramos. And Senator Ben Allen. All right. Now, Student Commissioner Garcia will now lead us in the salute to the flag.
Please place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. So now time for the overview of today's agenda. Yesterday, we conducted an orientation that provided an opportunity for new and returning commissioners to learn and reflect upon the commission's policies, procedures, and goals. At this time, I want to review some procedures regarding today's video conference meeting. During commissioner deliberation today, I will call on each commissioner by name. Only the commissioner who is speaking will have his or her microphone unmuted. All others' microphones will remain muted. Commissioners, please use the raise hand button if you want to speak and make comments. Wait until you are called upon to unmute your microphone and speak. All votes will be done by roll call. Next on the agenda is the election of the chair, vice chair, and the additional 3 members of the executive committee. These elections are conducted by our executive director, Dr. Mike Torres. I now turn the gavel over to him.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Rustin. We truly appreciate your work on the commission over the past year as the chair. The IQC has thrived with your leadership. I'd also like to take a moment to thank 2021 Vice Chair Costa Hernandez for her leadership to the IQC. California thanks you for your service. Commissioners, this is the only time a non-commissioner facilitates an agenda item. The elections for the 2022 Commission Chairperson, Vice Chairperson, and Executive Committee shall be separate elections conducted in that order according to Robert's Rules of Order, with nominations made from the floor. The election shall be by a majority vote of voting members. The chairperson and the vice chairperson must receive a majority of the votes cast in order to be elected, and the 3 executive committee members will be the 3 nominees who receive the most votes. In cases when there are more than 2 candidates for chair or vice chair and no one receives a majority of the votes cast, then the 2 candidates with the most votes shall continue to the next round of voting. The candidate with the most votes in the second round will be the winner. No one may be a candidate without being present at the meeting and without one's consent. And per the bylaws, terms of office shall be 1 year re-electable, except that the commission chairperson may not serve more than 2 successive terms. Is there any discussion? If there's any discussion, please raise your hand. All right, seeing none, I will now begin by taking nominations for chair. Commissioner Williamson.
Thank you. I would like to nominate Commissioner Reston for chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Williamson nominates Commissioner Rustin for chair. Commissioner Jarvis.
Good morning. I would like to nominate Commissioner Deborah Costa Hernandez for chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Jarvis nominates Commissioner Costa Hernandez for chair. So at this point, do I have all the nominations? And just for confirmation, my staff is looking into if Commissioner Rustin can be chair again, and I believe 2 successive terms is the maximum, and staff is checking in. So 1 second, please. So to confirm, was Commissioner Rustin, and since I wasn't here, I don't have the history. This was your first year as chair, correct? 2021?
Yeah, that's correct.
Fantastic. Yes, perfect. So then we can proceed. Are there any other nominations at this point? All right. Commissioner Astorga Almanza.
I don't have a nomination, but I do have a question in regards to Commissioner Costa Hernandez. Is this her 3rd year or 4th year serving on the commission?
That's a good question. We will check.
It's her 4th. I believe this is my last year. Yes.
Thank you for confirming that. Any other discussion? Okay, so at this point, we will be conducting a roll call vote. Our first nominee is Commissioner Rustin, and our second nominee is Commissioner Costa Hernandez. And so,
Can I just ask one question? Sorry to interrupt.
Sure, yeah.
Not really a question, more of a comment, not to sway anything, but I would very much love to have the opportunity for someone who's in their 4th year to have this opportunity to be chair before their term is up. So I just want to put that out there.
Thank you, Commissioner Rustin. All right, so at this point, first nominee is Commissioner Rustin. Second nominee is Commissioner Costa Hernandez. And Denise, will you please take the roll call vote?
Commissioner Andre?
So to clarify, Denise, I'm giving you the name.
No, so we are currently voting on Commissioner Rustin as chair. So you will say yes or no.
No.
Thank you. Commissioner Astorga-Almanza?
No.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman?
No.
Commissioner Gotanda?
No.
Commissioner Guerra?
No.
Commissioner Jarvis?
No.
Commissioner McGaffey?
No.
Commissioner Pantai?
No.
Commissioner Popovich?
No.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra?
No.
Commissioner Rustin?
No.
Commissioner Williamson?
Yes.
Commissioner Winower,
No.
Commissioner Young,
No.
Commissioner Garcia.
No.
Okay, so we will now vote on Commissioner Costa Hernandez as chair. Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Sturga-Almanza,
Yes.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez.
If I voted already for one person, can I say no for me, or do I have to say yes for me?
You can say no.
I can say no. It's a no.
I got it. Thank you. Commissioner Friedman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda,
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis,
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey,
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai,
Yes.
Commissioner Popovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Rustin,
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson,
No.
Commissioner Winower,
Yes.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Costa Hernandez is the 2022 chair of the commission.
Right, very good. Thank you. And congratulations, Commissioner Costa Hernandez. I will now take nominations for vice chair. Commissioner Andre.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Jarvis for the office of Vice Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Andre nominates Commissioner Jarvis for vice chair. Commissioner Jarvis.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Manuel Rustin for Vice Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Jarvis nominates Commissioner Rustin for vice chair. At this point, do I have all the nominations? All right. So our first nominee is Commissioner Jarvis for vice chair. Our second nominee is Commissioner Rustin for vice chair. Denise, can you please conduct the roll call vote?
Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Sturga-Almanza,
No.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
I'm sorry, so no.
Commissioner Friedman,
No.
thank you. Commissioner Gotanda,
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra,
No.
Commissioner Jarvis,
No.
Commissioner McGaffey,
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai,
Yes.
Commissioner Popovich,
No.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Rustin,
No.
Commissioner Williamson,
No.
Commissioner Winower,
No.
Commissioner Young,
No.
Commissioner Garcia.
I apologize. It cut out when you said who we were voting on. If you could repeat it, please.
Absolutely. We're voting on Commissioner Jarvis for vice chair.
Thank you. No.
Okay. We are now voting on Commissioner Rustin for vice chair. Commissioner Andre,
No.
Commissioner Sturga-Almanza,
Yes.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda,
No.
Commissioner Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis,
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey,
That was a no.
okay, thank you. Commissioner Pantai,
No.
Commissioner Popovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra?
Yes. Although I think I flipped them because I had the same issue as Juliana. So my apologies.
Commissioner Rustin?
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson?
Yes.
Commissioner Winower?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia?
Yes.
Excuse me. Commissioner Reston is the 2022 Vice Chair of the Commission.
Thank you so much, Denise. Congratulations, Commissioner Rustin, for Vice Chair for the Commission for 2022. I'll now take nominations for 3 Executive Committee members. The Executive Committee is elected to advise the Commission Chairperson in the performance of his or her duties in relation to the Commission, or I should say Commission Chairperson in performance of her duties in relation to the Commission. Commissioner Young.
I'd like to nominate Dr. Lindsay Katanda.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
I would like to nominate Dr. Lindsay Katanda, Commissioner Lindsay Katanda.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Young nominates Commissioner Gotanda for Executive Committee. Commissioner Popovich.
I'd like to nominate Dr. Lily Jarvis.
Thank you. Commissioner Popovich nominates Commissioner Jarvis for Executive Committee. Commissioner Costa Hernandez.
A question before I nominate. Can the student Juliana, or Commissioner Juliana Garcia, be part of the Executive Committee?
That's a good question. We will take a second to look into the bylaws. The answer is yes.
Okay, I nominate Commissioner Juliana Garcia for the Executive Committee.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Costa Hernandez nominates Commissioner Garcia for Executive Committee. Are there more nominations? Commissioner Jarvis.
I'd like to nominate Dr. Mariana Astorga Almanza.
Thank you. Commissioner Jarvis nominates Commissioner Astorga Almanza on the Executive Committee. At this point, do I have all the nominations? Right. So our nomination first nominee is Commissioner Gotanda. Our second nominee is Commissioner Jarvis. Commissioner Guerra?
I have a quick question before we start voting. For the student representative, does her position go vacant when she moves, or does the new student person move in to that position?
I believe at that point, when she vacates the position, I believe we will need to conduct another vote on replacement for her position on the Executive Committee. And that is confirmed by our staff.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so our first nominee is Commissioner Gotanda. Our second nominee is Commissioner Jarvis. Our third nominee is Commissioner Garcia. And our fourth nominee is Commissioner Astorga Almanza. Denise, can you please conduct the roll call vote?
So this first vote is for Commissioner Gotanda. Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Astorga Almanza?
Yes.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman?
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda?
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis,
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey,
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai,
Yes.
Commissioner Popovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Rustin,
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson,
Yes.
Commissioner Winower,
Yes.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia.
Yes.
Okay. The next vote is for Commissioner Jarvis, Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Stargalamanza,
Yes.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda,
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis,
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey,
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai,
Yes.
Commissioner Popovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Rustin,
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson,
Yes.
Commissioner Winower,
Yes.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia.
Yes.
Okay. The next vote is for Commissioner Garcia. Commissioner Andre,
Yes.
Commissioner Stargalamanza,
Yes.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda,
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis,
No.
Commissioner McGaffey,
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai,
Yes.
Commissioner Popovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra,
Yes.
Commissioner Rustin,
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson,
Yes.
Commissioner Winower,
Yes.
Commissioner Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia.
Yes.
Okay. The next vote is for Commissioner Stargalamanza, Commissioner Andre,
Denise, can you clarify, there's only 3 members, so we only have 3 votes?
correct.
Okay, it's a no.
Commissioner Stargalamanza,
No.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez,
No.
Commissioner Friedman,
No.
Commissioner Gotanda,
No.
Commissioner Guerra,
No.
Commissioner Jarvis,
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey,
No.
Commissioner Pantai,
No.
Commissioner Popovich,
No.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra,
No.
Commissioner Rustin,
No.
Commissioner Williamson,
No.
Commissioner Winower,
No.
Commissioner Young,
No.
Commissioner Garcia.
No.
Okay, so Commissioners Gotanda, Jarvis, and Garcia are the 3 additional 2022 Executive Committee members of the Commission.
Congratulations, Commissioners Botanda, Jarvis, and Garcia for your appointments to the Executive Committee for 2022. I now turn the gavel over to your 2022 Commission Chair, Costa Hernandez. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I now feel like the students in a round robin lesson where they're trying to find out when do I start to read, what's my part. But I am incredibly humbled and honored for this opportunity and for your trust in me. And I only aspire to do half the job that Commissioner Rustin did as chair. If I do that, I think it should be okay. Thank you, Commissioner Rustin, for your guidance and leadership. And I hope that I can just continue to do the good job that you did. And so now it's my turn, right?
That is correct.
Oh my goodness. What have you done? So next is the approval of the minutes. We are now going to looking at the minutes for November 17, 2021. The public comment for this agenda item is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on the minutes. You have the minutes of the November 17, 2021 IQC meeting before you. If you have substantive changes, please present them now. If there are minor changes not affecting the content, please email them to Denise Figueroa, IQC Liaison. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Wait, because I'm now navigating Commissioner Astorga Almanza.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve the minutes of our November 17th, 2021 meeting.
Okay, the motion has been made by Commissioner Astorga Almanza. Is there a second to the motion? I see Commissioner Lindsay Gotanda.
I second the motion.
Okay, the motion has been seconded by Commissioner Gotanda. I'm sorry, I'm getting used to navigating the screen now. Is there any discussion on the motion? Give me a moment to see. I don't see any hands. Okay, I believe we are ready to vote. Denise, can you please conduct a roll call vote?
There is no public comment.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll get it right eventually.
No worries. Okay, so Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
Vice Chair Rustin?
Yes.
Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Astorga Almanza?
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman?
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda?
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis?
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey?
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai?
Yes.
Commissioner Popovich?
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson?
Yes.
Commissioner Winower?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Student Commissioner Garcia?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you, Denise. Now, the next item is 1F, my chair report. And this would be the only time that I haven't done my homework. So if it's okay with everyone, I'll skip the chair report. Would that be okay for this time? Okay. And so next item is 1G, the Executive Director's report.
Thank you so much, Chair Costa Hernandez. I'd like to start off by recognizing California State Board of Education member Cynthia Glover Woods, who is actually present today, listening in the background. Thank you so much for being here. As I mentioned yesterday, I reviewed the orientation from 2021, and we had very high hopes of meeting together in person by year's end. Today, I'm faced with that same optimism that we will return to in-person meetings here in 2022. The governor did extend the flexibilities to hold virtual meetings subject to the Open Meetings Act with AB 361. However, those will sunset on March 31st of this year. So time will tell, and we may end up returning to in-person sooner rather than later. Denise and I will be sure to keep you all posted on the modality of our next meeting. The start of 2022 has already seen a lot of change. The governor last week released the proposed budget, which Superintendent Thurman described how it will almost triple the amount of per pupil investment from a decade ago and will allow the state to address historic inequalities, learning loss, and the social emotional needs of our students. Seaford staff will continue to monitor the budget and its potential impact on the work of the IQC as it evolves. as it is not certain at this time. In terms of the IQC, congratulations to our 4 new commissioners and student member. And I'm honored to now be the official executive director of this group. I look forward to finishing the work of yesterday and beginning the work of tomorrow with you. We've also had some changes in Seaford. As you may have noticed from yesterday, Letty Krause has been promoted to administrator for the Curriculum Frameworks Unit, who did a wonderful job orienting you yesterday on standards and frameworks. We're very excited to have Letty join our management team. Also, with my promotion to director, Seaford will be looking to fill the administrator position for the Instructional Resources Unit, whom you will be working closely with in the near future. Continuing the conversation of changes, our State Board liaison, Pam Castleman, has moved on to other opportunities. However, to give us some additional support, I'd like to yield some of my time to introduce you to Nancy Brunell, who Seaford has begun to work more closely with at State Board. Nancy, I yield some of my time to you.
Thank you, Mike. I'll be very brief. Hello, my name is Nancy Brownell. I formerly was staff to the State Board of Education, but have been away from it for a while. But I've been asked to step in the transition of staffing to help, particularly with the IQC and other areas of need for State Board staff. So thank you very much. I look forward to working with you today and perhaps beyond.
Of course, I was already unmuted. Thanks so much, Nancy, for stepping in and assisting Seaford and the IQC. We greatly appreciate you. Commissioners, those are all the updates I have for you at this time, and I will pass it back over to Dr. Costa Hernandez.
Thank you, Dr. Torres. Our next item on the agenda is to establish IQC goals for 2022. The public comment for this agenda item is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on the 2022 IQC goals. The proposed goals are as follows. Number 1, ensure every member of the Instructional Quality Commission understands and adheres to the Bagley-Keene Open Meeting Act. Number 2, provide support for the 2022 revision of the Mathematics Framework, the 2024 revision of the Physical Education Framework, and the 2024 revision of the English Language Arts, English Language Development Framework. Number 3, provide support for the 2024 Mathematics Instructional Materials Adoption. Goal number 4, provide support for the launch events, rollout plans, and professional learning activities associated with curriculum frameworks, model curricula, and instructional materials as appropriate. Number 5, ensure that the IQC priorities reflect the advisory needs of the State Board of Education. 6, engage and participate in a continuous improvement protocol as the IQC works through relevant curriculum and instruction issues. And number 7, align and integrate guidance that reflects California's multi-tier system of support. So now we can engage in discussion of these goals or the proposed goals. Are there any questions or comments about the proposed goals for 2022? And I'm looking for hands. I don't see. I was going to claim wait time like yesterday. Everyone was claiming they were history teachers. They knew wait time. So I see no additional questions or comments. Can I have a motion then to approve the 2022 goals as presented? Sorry, because I cannot see.
Commissioners Jarvis and Williamson have their hands up.
Oh, thank you. It's hard for me to see it on one screen. Sorry, Commissioner Jarvis.
I make a motion to approve the proposed 2022 IQC goals as read.
Thank you. Commissioner Jarvis has moved. Can I? And so, I'm sorry, Commissioner Jarvis has moved to approve the goals. And is there a second to the motion?
Commissioner Williamson, I second.
Thank you, Commissioner Williamson. So Commissioner Williamson has seconded the motion has been seconded by Commissioner Williamson. Is there any discussion or public comment?
There is no public comment.
Thank you, Denise. And looking for hands up, no discussion. So the public comment line for this agenda item is now closed, and I believe we are ready to go. Denise, will you conduct the roll call vote, please?
Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
Vice Chair Rustin?
Yes.
Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Estrada Almanza?
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman?
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda?
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis?
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey?
Yes.
Commissioner Pentai?
Yes.
Commissioner Popovich?
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson?
Yes.
Commissioner Winower?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Student Commissioner Garcia?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Denise. We will now take a 15-minute break. So that means that we should be, Dr. Torres, it's
You want to make it an even 10 o'clock?
an even 10 o'clock. Yeah, that was my guess. So can we plan to reconvene at 10 o'clock? Thank you. Enjoy your break. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Let's calling the meeting to order. And now I call the executive committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The next agenda item is the appointment of subject matter committee chairs. This is now my responsibility. I appoint. So commissioners, distributed this morning is a chart indicating your committee preferences. I will reference this chart as I make IQC chair selections and the executive committee will use it as we make committee assignments. And so let's begin, and pardon me because I'm again navigating multiple documents on a single screen. So let's start with the ELA-ELD Subject Matter Committee. Commissioner Christina Andre. Are you ready to accept the duties of chair of the English Language Arts English Language Development Committee SMC for 2022?
Yes, I'll accept.
Thank you. Moving along. Commissioner Williamson, are you ready to accept the duties of chair of the Mathematics SMC for 2022?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Lindsay Gotanda, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the History Social Science SMC for 2022?
Yes, I'd happy to.
Thank you, Commissioner Gotanda. Next, we are in science. Commissioner Popovich, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the Science SMC for 2022?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. And now we are moving to health. Commissioner Friedman, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the Health SMC for 2022?
Yes, I am.
Thank you, Commissioner Friedman. For physical education, let me see. Commissioner, I'm sorry if Dr. Torres, this is where I had the confusion. I may need your help. So I have designated Commissioner Andre, and this would be her second committee, SMC. Is that okay?
So one of the things to consider is that some of the major work that we're anticipating for IQC is both ELA, ELD, and physical education.
Okay, thank you. So then Commissioner David Pantai, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the Physical Education SMC for 2022?
It was not an item that I indicated, but hold on a second, the bell just rang. If no one else, I'll happily accept it, yes.
That's a yes? Thank you, Commissioner Pantai.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate your willingness to chair that SMC. We now go to the arts, and Commissioner Mariana Astorga Almanza, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the Arts SMC for 2022?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Astorga Almanza. World Language, Commissioner Lily Jarvis, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the World Languages SMC for 2022?
Yes, it'd be my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Jarvis. For Ed Tech, excuse me. Dr. Torres, for Ed Tech, would it be okay to nominate one of the new commissioners?
Nominating a new commissioner as a chair is discouraged. However,
okay,
it is definitely up to you and in your purview.
Okay.
We do not anticipate any work necessarily in ed tech this year.
Okay, but to stay consistent, we wanted to okay. So Commissioner Kimberly Young, are you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the Educational Technology Committee for 2022?
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Thank you, Commissioner Young. And the next one is the Ad Hoc Committee. And Commissioner Popovich, which would be the second, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, Dr. Torres. What are the responsibilities, or what's the expected work for the ad hoc committee?
So currently, there is a statewide system of supports initiative that has been ongoing at the department. And should there be any kind of instruction and curriculum related advice that we need, we would take this to this committee for the IQC.
Okay. So Commissioner Popovich?
Yes, are
you ready to accept the duties of Chair of the ad hoc committee of the California System of Support for 2022?
Yes.
Thank you. And so, members of the executive committee, let us consult the survey results and decide who should serve on each of the committees. Let's start with the English Language Arts Development SMC and work our way across the page. So at this point, Dr. Torres, the executive committee members will just unmute and share.
That's correct. So as an executive committee, the group of 5 of you can discuss and make appointments to each of the different subject matter committees. And then later on in the meeting, each of those committees will be meeting to vote on whom they would like to be their vice chair.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And so we are looking in the ELA, ELD, SMC, we are looking for 7, so 6 additional members. Yes, Commissioner Jarvis?
Yes, I'd like to recommend that Commissioner Guerra be a member.
Okay. Commissioner Guerra? Do I see other hands?
Commissioner Gotanda has her hand up.
Okay, Commissioner Gotanda.
I'd also like to add Commissioners Pantai and Popovich, as they indicated those as their first choice.
Pantai and Popovich. Thank you. Commissioner Garcia.
I'd like to recommend Commissioner Young.
Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. We have a recommendation for Commissioner Young. Commissioner Jarvis?
Chair, you indicated that was your first choice and also indicated that you would be willing to chair that. And that was your first choice. Would you like to be one of the 7 members of the ELA, ELD subject matter committee?
I think I am by default in all of them, Dr. Torres.
That is absolutely correct. So the chair of the IQC is a member of each of the subject matter, a voting member of each of the subject matter committees.
All right, so she doesn't count as one of the 7. She's like the 8th member, yeah?
Yes, that is true.
Thank you. Great question. So Commissioner Gotanda?
Actually, I will yield my time to, is this executive committee only? It is, right?
Yes.
That's correct.
I'll go ahead and yield my time to Commissioner Garcia because she hasn't had a chat.
Thank you. Commissioner Garcia?
I had a quick question. Would Commissioner Jarvis be able to recommend? Yes, I think so. So if so, I would like to recommend her for ELA ELD.
Thank you. Commissioner Garcia. Do we have, so I have currently, we have identified Commissioner Guerra, Commissioner Pantai, Commissioner Popovich, Commissioner Young, Commissioner Jarvis. We need 2 more, or 2 or 1 more? 1 more person, right? Commissioner Jarvis?
I'd like to recommend Commissioner McGaffey.
Thank you, Commissioner McGaffey. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dr. Torres, do we need 1 more person, or does the chair already count as?
That's a great question. So yes, the chair does count. We do have currently the 6 members plus the chair, which is a total of 7 for that committee.
Okay, so just to confirm, we would have in that for the ELA, ELD, SNC, Commissioner Andre as the chair, and then we would have Commissioners Guerra, Pantai, Popovich, Young, Jarvis, and McGaffrey.
That is correct.
Okay, so we can move on then to the math SMC. And again, here we need an additional 6 members of that SMC. And I recognize Commissioner Gotanda.
I'd like to nominate Commissioners McGaffey, Reina Guerra, and Winnower.
Okay, we have Commissioners McGaffey, Reina Guerra, and Winnower. Commissioner Jarvis?
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Charisse Guerra and student member Juliana Garcia.
Thank you. We need 1 more commissioner for the SMC, the math SMC. How about Commissioner Rustin?
Great choice.
So it looks like we have, for the math SMC, we have a chair, Commissioner Williamson as the chair, and we have McGaffrey, Commissioners McGaffrey, Winnower, Reina Guerra, Charisse Guerra, student member Garcia, and Commissioner Rustin as members of the math SMC. Is that what you have?
That is.
Correct. So we are ready then to move to the history, social science SMC. Commissioner Garcia.
I'd like to recommend Commissioner Friedman.
Commissioner Friedman. Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. Commissioner Gotanda.
I'd like to recommend Commissioner Young.
Thank you. Recommendation for Commissioner Young. We need, so again, for history, we need 3. We have a chair and 2 additional members of the SMC. So we are okay with the history, social science, and SMC.
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you. Let's move on to science. Yes, Commissioner Jarvis.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Winnower.
Commissioner Winnower, thank you. I don't see. How about Commissioner McGaffrey? So I think that completes the 3 members for the Science SMC. Let's move on to health. So Commissioner Friedman is the chair. We need 2 additional commissioners, 2 additional members for this SMC. Yes, Commissioner Jarvis.
I'd like to recommend Commissioner Andre.
Commissioner Andre, thank you. We need 1 more recommendation for the health SMC. Commissioner Gotanda.
How about Commissioner Rustin, since she didn't get on science?
Rustin, thank you. So I think that completes the health SMC. Let's do physical education. And so we need 6 additional members for the physical education SMC. Yes, Commissioner Jarvis.
I'd like to recommend that all others who showed interest, that would be Commissioner Andre, Commissioner Astorga Almanzar, and Commissioner Gotanda.
Okay, thank you. So we are nominating Commissioners Andre, Astorga Almanza, and Gotanda for the physical education. Thank you. I also would like to keep a balance so that everyone has an opportunity to be part of an SMC or more than one SMC, but I'm not able to keep track if there is anyone who maybe is only part of one. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Commissioner Gotanda.
I'd like to invite or nominate Commissioner Reina Guerra and Student Commissioner Garcia.
Thank you. So we are inviting Commissioners Reina Guerra and Garcia to the Physical Education SMC. We need one more person. Yes, Commissioner Jarvis.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Williamson.
Thank you. So it looks like we have 7 members. In addition to the chair, we have invited Commissioner Andre Astorga Almanza, Cotanda, Reina Guerra, Garcia, and Williamson to be part of the Physical Education SMC. Thank you. And arts. In addition to Commissioner Astorga Almanza, we need 2 more. Commissioner Garcia.
Are we able to nominate Senator Ben Allen or recommend?
Dr. Torres? Is that possible?
Let me confer with staff. It doesn't look like neither of the legislative representatives have been members in the past, and they are confirming that yes, that you can.
Okay, so if that's a yes, Student Member Garcia, would you like to then invite Senator Ben Allen to be part of the Arts SMC?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Then yes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Nice. And then Commissioner Godanda.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner
Pantai. So it looks like we have all the members that we need for the Arts SMC. Now let's do world languages. Let's work on the world languages SMC. And again, we need 2 additional members. Yes, Commissioner Jarvis.
Senator Ben Allen.
I'm sorry. You're asking. I'm sorry. I'm dealing with this appropriations issue right now. Tell me what I'm voting.
No, you're not voting. You are invited to be part of the subject matter committee, but so it's not a vote.
Oh yes. No, I thought yes. I'd like to. I appreciate that invitation.
Thank you. Commissioner Juliana Garcia.
May I ask how many commission or subject matter committees Commissioner Jarvis is on?
I am not keeping track. Commissioner Jarvis, are you keeping track?
It's 2.
2. Thank you.
And I'd like to recommend her for the committee.
Okay.
I think I'm the chair of that one already.
I was just looking at my notes. She's the chair. So she's
Thanks, Juliana.
Great thinking. Great minds think alike. Commissioner Gotanda.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Friedman.
Friedman. And so I think we have completed the world languages SNC. Commissioner Jarvis? You have
We have.
Oh,
yes.
I thought you wanted to come. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And so moving on to educational technology, EdTech, SMC, we need 2 more members. Yes, Commissioner Jarvis.
I'd like to recommend Commissioner Winnower.
Commissioner Winnower. And so we need 1 more person. May I suggest Commissioner McGaffrey, or is he in too many? I just want to make sure we're not overloading some of our new commissioners with.
He's currently on 3.
He's already on 3. Okay, thank you. So, yes, Commissioner Jarvis.
Yeah, I noticed that Assemblymember James Ramos indicated that he wanted to be on history, social science, and that's the only one. Is there any objection to recommending him for Ed Tech?
I don't have.
So I'd like to recommend. Yeah, I'd like to recommend Assembly James Ramos for Ed Tech.
Excuse me, this is Maria Lopez, an assistant for the Assembly member, and he is in Appropriations Committee right now, but I can put that question to him and get back to you, but I'm not sure if Ed Tech is something he is able to accept.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Dr. Torres, what do you recommend we do in this case? Should we wait or assume that this would not be a good appointment for him?
Ultimately, it's up to the executive committee to appoint the members. It actually isn't a vote.
Yes.
But it sounds like there might be some hesitation on the staffer's side for Assemblymember Ramos. So it's entirely up to the executive committee. If you want to wait on a reply, we could take a break, or you can choose somebody else. And it looks like Commissioner Rustin has his hand up.
Commissioner Rustin?
Yeah, I mean, you could just put me on Ed Tech. I don't know if there's much action this year, but even if there is, I'm fine with being on Ed Tech.
Okay, thank you. Is that okay with the executive committee? And yes, Senator Allen.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for additional folks to serve on committees, I'm happy to do it too, if that's of interest.
Okay, thank you, Senator Allen. It looks like for Ed Tech, we have Commissioner Winnower and Commissioner Rustin. Did I get that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And so we are not adding Assemblymember Ramos to the Ed Tech committee. Okay. And so then we have the ad hoc, and we need 2 additional members in this SNC. And this is the link with MTSS. Is that correct? Commissioner Jarvis?
I'd like to appoint Commissioner Sharice Guerra.
Sharice Guerra. And we need one more appointment for the ad hoc SNC. Commissioner Gotanda.
I will nominate Commissioner Jarvis. You're on 3 already, and you're chairing, right? Okay. I would like to nominate Commissioner Panta.
I'm sorry. Can you say Michelle?
Commissioner Pantai.
Thank you. For the ad hoc, and I believe that completes the ad hoc SNC. And so, Dr. Torres, do we do the same thing with the liaisons?
So item C is designation of liaisons. So the IQC chair will appoint a member to the Concurrence Committee for the California Subject Matter Projects, as well as the Commission Sunshine Club.
So now this is not for the executive committee. I appoint them, or do we select?
So it appears that the chair will select, but it's during this executive committee meeting.
Okay. So Commissioner Kimberly Young, I would nominate Commissioner Young for the CSMP representative to the Concurrence Commission. Is that what I need to do?
So yes, so at this point, you will ask Commissioner Young if she is ready to accept the duties.
Right. Okay, Commissioner Young, are you ready to accept the duties of liaison for the Concurrence Committee of the California Subject Matter Projects for 2022?
Sure, I would be happy to. Thank you.
Thank you. And then the next one is the Sunshine. Is that the SS? Yes, the Sunshine. And so how many people? Just one?
I believe we need one person to basically chair the Sunshine Club.
Okay.
And it will be however many commissioners would like to be a member of the Sunshine Club.
Okay, the Sunshine Club. We need Sunshine Club. Sorry, while I see this. Commissioner Popovich, are you ready to accept the duties of the Commission Sunshine Club for 2022?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner Popovich. And so, let me see. Denise, can you please read back the assignments for the SMC chairs, SMC membership, and appointed liaisons?
Yes, I can. And just to clarify regarding Sunshine Club, I think there were 3 other commissioners who wanted to be on it, and they definitely can. I'll send out an email after this to everyone. Dr. Jarvis had it last time, so I'll connect everyone in that way.
Thank you.
So for the executive committee, we have Chair Costa Hernandez, Vice Chair Rustin, Commissioners Gotanda, Jarvis, and Garcia. For English Language Arts, English Language Development, we have Chair Andre, Commissioner Guerra, Commissioner Pantai, Commissioner Popovich, Commissioner Young, Commissioner Jarvis and Commissioner McGaffey. For mathematics, we have Chair Williamson and Commissioners McGaffey, Reina Guerra, Winower, Guerra, Garcia, and Rustin. For history, social science, we have Chair Gotanda and Commissioners Friedman and Young. For science, we have Chair Popovich and Commissioners Winower and McGaffey. Health, we have Chair Friedman and Commissioners Andre and Rustin. For physical education, we have Commissioner Pantai and Commissioners Andre, Astorga Almanza, Gotanda, Reina Guerra, Garcia, and Williamson. For arts, we have Chair Astorga Almanza, Senator Allen, and Commissioner Pantai. For world languages, we have Commissioner Jarvis, Senator Allen, and Commissioner Friedman. For EdTech, Chair Young and Commissioners Winower and Rustin. For the Ad Hoc Committee on the California System of Support, we have Chair Popovich and Commissioners Guerra and Pantai. And for our liaisons, for the Concurrence Committee for the California Subject Matter Projects, we have Commissioner Young, and for the Sunshine Club, Commissioner Popovich will lead.
Okay, thank you, Denise. We will now hear public comments on any items for the executive committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make public comment on this item?
There's no public comment.
Thank you. The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the executive committee meeting. And so,
all right, thank you so much,
thank you.
Chair Costa Hernandez. So at this point, we are going to move into elections of vice chairs for each of the subject matter committees. And we're going to start off with the ad hoc committee. So it looks like the chair of the ad hoc committee is Commissioner Popovich.
Great, and I may have questions as we go through this. So I call the ad hoc committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to make public comment on matters related to this committee. The members of the 2022 ad hoc committee are, I'm sorry, I just have to look at my list here. They are
Commissioners Guerra and Pantai.
Commissioner Pantai and Commissioner Guerra. Hopefully I got that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. So we are going to conduct election of vice chair. Our only item of business is election of vice chair. I will call for nominations from the floor.
Commissioner Guerra has her hand up.
Thank you, Commissioner Guerra.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Pantai for vice chair.
I now close the nominations. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert Rules of Order, Commissioner Pantai has been nominated by Commissioner Guerra to be vice chair of the ad hoc committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Pantai? Denise will conduct a roll call vote.
Chair Popovich?
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra?
Yes.
Yeah.
Commissioner Pantai?
Yes.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
The motion passes. Commissioner Pantai is vice chair of the ad hoc committee.
We will now hear public comment on any items for the ad hoc committee. Are there any members of the public wishing to make a public comment at this time on this item?
There is not.
The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the ad hoc meeting.
I believe it's time for arts.
Yes.
Yay. So good morning. I would like to call the Arts SMC to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2022 Arts, is there public comment?
Comment will be at the end.
At the end? Okay, thanks, Denise. The members of the 2022 Arts at SMC are myself, Commissioner Pantai, and Senator Ben Allen. Is that accurate, Denise?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Our only item of business is the selection of a vice chair for this subcommittee, and I call for nominations from the floor. So I can hear from Commissioner Pantai or Senator Ben Allen.
I nominate Senator Ben Allen.
All right. Senator Allen. Okay, so since we haven't heard from him, this is the only nomination, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so I now close the nominations. So by acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Senator Ben Allen has been nominated by, sorry, I gotta go to the next page, by Commissioner Pantai to be Vice Chair of the Arts Subject Matter Committee. Still scrolling, sorry guys. I got lost on my page here. Does the committee approve of the nomination of of Senator Ben Allen?
Commissioner Scardola-Mansa?
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai?
Yes.
Senator Allen?
Yes, and I'm willing to accept the vice chairmanship if you want.
Thank you. IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
The motion passes. Senator Allen is Vice Chair of the Arts Subject Matter Committee. And there is no public comment.
Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. So because there's no public comment, I will now close the Arts Subject Matter Committee meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I call the Education Technology Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on an agenda item. The members of the 2022 Education Technology are Commissioner Winnower and Commissioner Rustin. Our only item of business in this election of a vice chair for the subcommittee. So I call for nominations from the floor. Commissioner Winnower?
I would like to nominate Commissioner Rustin for the position of Vice Chair of the Ed Tech Committee.
Thank you. Commissioner Rustin?
That I've lowered my hand. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're right. It is hard to navigate all of these screens on one device. Okay. So by acclamation in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Rustin has been nominated by Commissioner Winnower to be the Vice Chair of the Education Technology Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Rustin? Denise will conduct a roll call vote.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Commissioner Winnower?
Yes.
Commissioner Rustin?
Yes.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
The motion passes. Commissioner Rustin is Vice Chair of the Education Technology Committee. There is no public comment.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, the public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Education Technology Committee meeting.
I call the English Language Arts and English Language Development SMC to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2022 ELA-ELD SMC are Commissioners Pantai, Commissioner Popovich, Commissioner Guerra, Commissioner Young, Commissioner Jarvis, and Commissioner McGaffey. Our only item of business, and this is the election of our vice chair. Give me 1 second. I call for nominations from the floor. Commissioner Pantai?
I nominate Commissioner Popovich.
Commissioner Popovich?
I nominate Commissioner Jarvis.
And I'm not sure I see any other hands. Am I missing any hands?
No.
Okay, thank you. I now close the nominations. And I believe that Denise, is this where we vote? Conduct a roll call vote, please.
Yes. Okay, so the first nominee is going to be Commissioner Pantai that we are voting on. Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai?
I'm sorry, back up a bit. Is this, I thought we nominated 2 people.
Oh,
I think it was Popovich and Jarvis.
Yes, sorry. So we are voting on Commissioner Popovich.
Yes, then.
And Commissioner Andre?
I'm going to say no.
Yes. Commissioner Popovich?
No.
Commissioner Guerra?
No.
Commissioner Young?
No.
Commissioner Jarvis?
No.
Commissioner McGaffey?
No.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
No.
Okay. Now our second vote is for Commissioner Jarvis. Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai?
Yes.
You voted yes for Popovich, so would this be a no? Commissioner Popovich?
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis?
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, that was a yes.
Oh, thank you. IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Jarvis has been elected Vice Chair of the English Language Arts, English Language Development Subject Matter Committee, and there is no public comment.
Okay. So the public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the English Language Arts, English Language Development Committee meeting.
All right, thank you so much. We'll now be moving to the Health Subject Matter Committee. So Chair Friedman.
Thank you. I'd like to call to order the Health Subject Matter Committee. Denise, would you confirm the members?
So sorry, yes. It is yourself, Commissioner Andre, and Commissioner.
The last one was Commissioner Rustin.
Okay, thank you. The meeting is now open for public comment. The information about how to make public comment is on the screen. We have only one item of business, which is the nomination of the vice chair for the committee. Do we have any nominations from the floor?
And Commissioner Andre has her hand up.
Okay, Commissioner Andre.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Rustin.
Okay, thank you very much. So Commissioner Rustin. Denise, we need to call for the vote. So could you do the roll call, please?
Chair Friedman?
Yes.
Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Rustin?
Yes.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
The motion passes. Commissioner Rustin is Vice Chair of the Health Subject Matter Committee, and there is no public comment.
Okay, congratulations, Commissioner Rustin. And now we'll conclude this meeting, there being no further business. The meeting of the Health Subject Matter Committee is concluded.
Okay, I call the History Social Science SMC to order. The public comment for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you'd like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2022 History Social Science Subject Matter Committee are Commissioner Friedman and Commissioner Young and myself. The only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. At this time, I call for nominations. Thank you, Commissioner Young.
I have a process question. Can I nominate myself?
Executive Director Torres.
I believe so, but I'll confirm with staff. Yes.
Okay, then I would like to nominate myself for vice chair.
Thank you so much. Seeing that there is only one nomination, I now close those nominations. And by acclamation, in accordance with the Roberts Rules of Order, Commissioner Young has been nominated by Commissioner Young. Does the committee approve this of the nomination of Commissioner Young? Denise, will you please
Commissioner Gotanda? Sorry, Commissioner Gotanda? Chair Gotanda?
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Young is Vice Chair of the History Social Science Subject Matter Committee. And there is no public comment.
Thank you. The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed, and I now close the History Social Science Subject Matter.
Thank you. I'd like to call the Mathematics Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2022 Mathematics SMC are Commissioner McGaffey, Commissioner Reyna-Guerra, Commissioner Winower, Commissioner Guerra, Commissioner Garcia, and Commissioner Rustin. We have one item of business, and that is to elect a vice chair for our subcommittee. And I would like to call for nominations from the floor.
Commissioner Winower has her hand up.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Winower.
I would like to nominate Commissioner Guerra for the position of Vice Chair of the Mathematics Subject Commission or Committee, sorry.
Great, thank you. So Commissioner Winower has nominated Commissioner Guerra. I see Commissioner Guerra's hand.
I would like to nominate Commissioner Rustin.
And Commissioner Guerra has nominated Commissioner Rustin. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Not seeing any other hands, I will now close the nominations. And because we have more than one nomination, we will hold an election by vote. Denise, will you conduct a roll call vote?
So for the first vote, we are voting for Commissioner Guerra. Commissioner Williamson?
No.
Commissioner McGaffey?
No.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra?
No.
Commissioner Winower?
No.
Commissioner Guerra?
No.
Commissioner Garcia?
No.
Commissioner Rustin?
No.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Sorry, no.
Okay, the next vote is going to be for Commissioner Rustin. Commissioner Williamson?
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey?
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Winower?
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia?
Yes.
Commissioner Rustin?
Yes.
Commissioner Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
The motion passes. Commissioner Rustin is Vice Chair of the Mathematics Subject Matter Committee, and there is no public comment.
Thank you, Denise. The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close this Mathematics Subject Matter Committee meeting.
All right, thank you so much. We are now going to move on to the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee with Chair Pontai.
Yes, I now call the Physical Education SMC to order. Denise, can you give me the names of the members?
Yes, so it's Commissioner Andre, Astorga-Almanza, Gotonda, Reyna Guerra, Garcia, and Williamson.
I'm sorry, who were the last two?
Commissioners Garcia and Williamson. So it's you are the chair, then Commissioner Andre, Commissioner Astorga-Almanza, Commissioner Guerra, Commissioner Gotonda, Commissioner Reyna Guerra, Commissioner Garcia, and Commissioner Williamson.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. The public comment line for this committee is now open, so please follow the instructions on the screen if you'd like to give public comment on this agenda. The members of the 2022 Physical Education SMC are Commissioner Andre, Commissioner Astorga-Almanza, Commissioner Gotonda, Commissioner Pontai, myself, Commissioner Reyna Guerra, Commissioner Williamson, and Commissioner Garcia. Our only item of business is the election of the vice chair for this subcommittee. So I call for nominations from the floor. Commissioner Williamson.
Thank you. I would like to nominate Commissioner Astorga-Almanza as vice chair.
Thank you. Any other nominations? Okay. Commissioner Williamson has nominated Commissioner Astorga-Almanza as vice chair. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Astarga Almanza? Denise will conduct a roll call.
Commissioner Pantai?
Yes.
Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Astarga Almanza?
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda?
Yes.
Commissioner Reina Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia?
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson?
Yes.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
The motion passes. Commissioner Astarga Almanza is Vice Chair of the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee, and there is no public comment.
I now close the Physical Education Subject Matter Committee meeting.
I call the Science SMC to order. The public comment line for the committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you'd like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2022 Science SMC are Commissioner Popovich, Commissioner McGaffey, and Commissioner Winower. Our only item of business is election of vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor. Commissioner Winower?
I nominate Commissioner McGaffey as the vice chair for the Science Subject Matter Committee.
Seeing that there are no other nominations, I now close the nomination. Oh, I'm sorry, your hand just popped up. Commissioner.
Hi, so I appreciate that, but just want to clarify, I think the comments in our orientation was they discouraged newer commissioners from being chair or vice chair. So I'm happy to be vice chair, but if that is preferred that I wait till next year, that's fine as well, and I can give that up to one of our more experienced commissioners.
I think that both you and Commissioner Winower are new to the committee, so
that is correct, Commissioner.
One or the other.
That is correct. So although it's discouraged, we are in this situation, and there's no rule against it.
So currently I have a nomination from the floor from Commissioner Winower to nominate Commissioner McGaffey. Do I have any other nominations? I now close the nominations. By acclamation, in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner McGaffey has been nominated by Commissioner Winower to be Vice Chair of the Science Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner McGaffey? Denise will conduct a roll call vote.
Commissioner Popovich?
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey?
Yes.
Commissioner Winower?
Yes.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
The motion passes. Commissioner McGaffey is Vice Chair of the Science Subject Matter Committee, and there is no public comment.
The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the Science Subject Matter Committee meeting.
I call the World Languages Subject Matter Committee to order. The public comment line for this committee is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this agenda item. The members of the 2022 World Language Subject Matter Committee are Commissioner Friedman and Senator Ben Allen. Our only item of business is the election of a vice chair for this subcommittee. I call for nominations from the floor. Commissioner Friedman.
Nominate Senator Allen.
Thank you. Any other nominations? I now close the nominations. By acclamation in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, Commissioner Friedman has nominated Senator Ben Allen to be the Vice Chair of the World Languages Subject Matter Committee. Does the committee approve the nomination of Commissioner Senator Ben Allen? Denise, will you conduct roll call?
Senator Jarvis?
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman?
Yes.
Senator Allen?
Sí, da. Oui, yes.
IQC Chair Costa Hernandez?
C, yes.
The motion passes. Senator Allen is Vice Chair of the World Languages Subject Matter Committee, and there's no public comment.
Très bien. The public comment line for this agenda item is now closed. I now close the World Languages Subject Matter Committee meeting.
Thank you very much. And I just wanted to ask Chair Costa Hernandez if you feel we should take a short break.
I feel we should take a short break. So how is that, 10 or 15 minutes, or what do you recommend?
I would recommend 10 minutes at this time.
Okay, so 10 minutes, we should be back at 11:20. Would that work? Okay, so
good.
see you all back at 11:20. Dr. Torres. Hey, welcome back, everyone. I now reconvene the full commission. The next item on the agenda is approve the revised 2022-23 IQC meeting dates. The public comment line for this item is now open. Please follow the instructions on the screen if you would like to give public comment on this item. And I know the Executive Director Torres will give us a rationale for the revision to the calendar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Costa Hernandez. There are two proposed changes to the IQC meeting dates for 2022 and 2023. I know 2022 just started and we're looking ahead to 2023 as well. The first is the proposed cancellation of the March 15-16 2022 meeting. This date was originally added to ensure that there was an opportunity for an IQC meeting prior to the anticipated state board action on the mathematics framework in May of 2022. As you may recall, in November of 2021, the state board took action to update the schedule of significant events for the mathematics framework in order to provide more time to prepare the draft for the second 60-day field review, and subsequently push back the board action to November of 2022. July of 2022. Subsequently, we have no other business to attend to in March of 2022, and so propose this meeting be canceled. Cancellation of this meeting does not impact the IQC's responsibility to hold a minimum of 4 meetings per year. In addition, the existing date for the January 2023 meeting conflicts with the newly posted State Board of Education January 2023 meeting. Considering that State Board of Education liaisons and Seaford staff may not be available for an IQC meeting, a new date is then proposed. And that's all of our rationale for these date changes.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the proposed 2022-2023 IQC meeting dates and the changes? Sorry if I don't see any hands. Don't see any hands, right?
There are no hands up.
Okay, thank you. So now I would need a motion to approve the proposed 2022-2023 IQC meeting dates. Commissioner Gotanda.
I move that we approve the proposed 2022-2023 IQC.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion? Commissioner Williamson?
I second.
Thank you, Commissioner Williamson. So Commissioner Gotanda has moved and Commissioner Williamson has seconded the motion. Is there any discussion on the motion? Okay, hearing none. Denise, is there any public comment?
There is not.
Okay, the public comment line for this item is now closed. I believe that we are ready to vote. Denise, would you please call the roll?
Chair Costa Hernandez?
Yes.
Vice Chair Reston?
Yes.
Commissioner Andre?
Yes.
Commissioner Stargell-Amansa?
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman?
Yes.
Commissioner Gotanda?
Yes.
Commissioner Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Jarvis?
Yes.
Commissioner McGaffey?
Yes.
Commissioner Pantai?
Yes.
Commissioner Popovich?
Yes.
Commissioner Reyna Guerra?
Yes.
Commissioner Williamson?
Yes.
Commissioner Winower?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Student Commissioner Garcia?
Yes.
Senator Allen?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you, Denise. And I believe we have arrived to the end of this meeting. So I now adjourn the meeting.
Thank you so much, commissioners.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day.